What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it, okay? You're not crazy. My voice is deeper. It's because I got sick, and somehow my voice gets deeper. I have a naturally higher pitched voice, I think, than most men. A little scratchier, but this is kind of soothing. Welcome to Monday Madness with your boy, C-Zar. Actually, it's Tuesday Madness. Anyways, here we are. It's the 24th day of March. Let's stop focusing on that. We're at $70,800. We got about 10 hours, 52 minutes left in the day. Again, hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. We haven't done anything outside of the expectations that we laid out back here, which is we're moving sideways. Literally this day, the closing price. I've been drawing this since then, every single day, because, and probably even something like this, with a potential high price around 80K, with a potential low price just below these lows here, but something, in this kind of range. A longer range than what we had here, and probably a more broad range as well, not as tight. I know it seems a bit crazy to think that Bitcoin could consolidate this long because we think that this is how long it is, but look at how much longer this consolidation phase was. Look at how much longer this whole phase was here. Right? Oops, I can't do that. That's okay. We'll just leave that like that. I mean, that would be appropriate to this here. What about this range over here? Right? How long that was sideways. How long this range was. That was a very long range. I'm just saying, guys, Bitcoin can consolidate, and it will consolidate for a long time. The main driving theory behind why we're going to consolidate for so long and why we're not doing this anytime soon or this anytime soon, there's two reasons, actually. The first reason is everybody is calling for this exact move or this exact move. Everybody's calling for a breakout. Every time we come to the top side or the bottom side, it's just the loudest thing that we're gonna go down or we're gonna go up, right? Well, we've maintained a neutral stance. Every pump gets dumped, every dump gets pumped. And then second to that, we're at the end of the bear market. I don't believe this is the low. I do believe we see a slightly lower low. When I say slightly lower, sure, maybe it's down here. That's not so slight going from 70K to 52K, but I have a feeling that whenever we look back at it in the top side of the next bull market, it's really not going to seem like that big of a difference. It's going to be the same difference as what we had at the last bear market. And maybe not the exact same. But from 17K to 15K. Or from 28K to 15K. I don't think it matters. Did you buy a 28K? Did you buy a 15K? Cool. You're a genius. Same kind of thought here. Did you buy at 70K? Did you buy at 50K? Cool. You're a genius. It's a really good time to buy. It's a blessing. It's a fantastic opportunity right now to be able to buy Bitcoin. A lot of people are telling people, I hear this from respected analysts in the space, people that I admire, and they say that it's a good time to buy anytime Bitcoin's below 60K. I used to say the same thing until I had a conversation with one of my buddies, and he made total sense out of it for me. It's like, this is actually really a really good price to buy. And every damn day we should be encouraging that, right? Not for the short term, for the long term. I'm talking about years with an S at the end of it, multiple years. It's a great time to buy. Phenomenal time to buy. You'll look back at this in 1 year's time, let alone 2 or 3 or 5, and you'll be like, this was the obvious area to buy. We had so much time, and we've got so much more time to go. I think it will be May or April that we find the high of this range. I think it'll be around but below 80K. And then I think in June we will dump off. We'll break out. That's whenever we will see lower lows. July, August, somewhere in there, September, I think that's when we find the low of the bear market. Not October, November, or December. I think it will be in Q3, and I'm going for August, right? That's why I pinned this on, I think I pinned it on March 7th. Anyways, I'm also changing the @ handle for this. I reported and validated and got all the people who impersonate C-Zar. Um, I got them all kicked off, so now I got my own handle. Because for a while I just had my name as the handle, so they gave them an opportunity to have C-Zar Gets Crypto, C-Zar the Great, other handles. I'm gonna make this C-Zar Gets Crypto, and it's in the process of that happening right now. Bitcoin. Enough about me, man. I start talking and it's okay, but the more I talk, the more scratchy my voice is getting. I'm on the up and up though, man. I feel tremendously better than I have like in the last 3 days. Definitely kicked it to the curb. 1 hour time frame. This is clearly, I would say, a horizontal channel. Everybody's probably thinking we're in a pennant, we're in a bull flag. I want to say this, okay? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Keep this in your back pocket for 70 to 80% of the time that you see this, okay? Especially on a 1 hour time frame. If it's on a daily time frame, it's different. 4 hour time frame is a little bit different too, but a 1 hour time frame, really 1 and 4, this same logic should be applied. If you see patterns like this, the odds are good that when you break out, you're actually not breaking out. That when you break out, you're actually not breaking out. You're just further developing the pattern. That's all that's happening. So here, we thought it was a pennant. Really, I think what it is either some type of bull flag or, very common, a horizontal channel, which I'm a fan of, right? Most people don't talk about horizontal channels, and they're not perfect, right? This was a horizontal channel here, but it wasn't like the most perfect looking thing. This was definitely not horizontal. And I think that's what it is. I really think that's what it is. So here we are in the heart of it, finding support at prior resistance. That's cool. I wouldn't say we've officially broken out yet. That was some good volume that came in, but it didn't persist. One candle is not enough. You need to persist. If you get a lot of volume or good volume coming in and you didn't go anywhere, you're just still at the highs here, you typically do come back down. Again, for yourself in your own analysis, if you ever see this, oh my God, we've got a triangle pattern and we're breaking out. That's so exciting. It's on the 1 hour time frame. It could be exciting. It could. Likely it's not. Likely what you're seeing is actually the development of the true structure, the true shape itself. Okay? Likely. Not always, but likely. Hold on. I need to go blow my nose, man. Hold on. Whew. Okay. Yeah, that's because I'm talking smack. I'm like, I feel so much better. I kicked that disease's ass. It's like, oh yeah? Take some snot then. Here we go. The RSI, in my opinion, does look bearish. Well, I shouldn't. It looks bullish overall. It has a bearish implication. You've broken out of your uptrend. Okay. Lower highs, lower lows now. You see it, right? You see the implication there. Struggling to get overbought where you got overbought before. That's just not good. And your 50 bounce in this dynamic should have been good if you were bullish. It should have taken you up here if you were bullish, but you're not. So lower low is probably coming. On the bright side, it's probably not going to be a lower low in the price. Or if it is, it'll be like an oh so slightly lower low. You're probably just going to find support here. And then we could try again later. But yeah, you had a false cross dream here on the MACD. Stochastics got overbought. You're reset. You're ready to go down. We probably do come down. On the bright side, it's just the 1 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame here. Looking at this, the RSI is finding resistance up here. It's struggling to get overbought. Where here you did not struggle. Here you did not struggle. Here you had one attempt, but then you came up. Here you had 1-2 attempts. You seem like you're struggling a little bit more than you typically do when you get up here. And we have found resistance like right around this line plenty of times. That doesn't mean that we're going all the way back down to the oversold zone. That just means maybe we're taking a little bit of a break, a little bit of a chill for right now, and then we can move back up later. Okay. MACD on the 4-hour might be finding resistance at the 0. Stochastics crossing down out of the overbought zone. RSI looking weak. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all, my friends, if we came down to about $69,400, which isn't that big of a deal, right? That's like $1,000 away from where we are now. Find support where we found support before. Everybody's going to start calling this an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Watch, mark my words. Everybody's going to start calling it. You're going to see that happen either today or tomorrow. You're going to see a lot of people talking about this on X. It's going to be like everywhere. And the volume profile is wrong. So my expectation here with the volume profile being wrong is that we'll have this inverse head and shoulders look. People will take the measured move. They'll draw this. You'll start seeing this target come to play. Might even be that high there. That we're going to go above $76,000. And I don't think we're going to go above this high. I think that we will break out. I think that we'll find resistance probably at prior support, prior resistance. And then we will likely continue to move down, and we will likely see lower lows. And then from there, we might continue to move up higher, right? It's as soon as people get excited that we could go to new relative highs that we're going to top off. And it's as soon as people get depressed because we see new lows and all the world's things matter, and it's going to make this thing dump even further. Bitcoin's in a downward spiral to $8. That's whenever we'll move up. It's the same song and dance we've been singing and dancing to since February. In other words, a little bit of down, about $1,500, $1,200 down, a little bit of up, a little bit more up to about 73.5K, give or take. You know, maybe 74K, maybe 73K itself. And then likely we proceed down to 66 to 64K. And we could, at that, even go below 60K. It is possible. But I don't think we're going to break out and move lower. We'll see. The daily RSI actually has a kind of good look to it. I mean, overall, it's bullish. I don't like that we broke out of this trend. I don't like that. But typically, these trends, you know, they end once you're in the overbought zone. You didn't really get overbought. Not that it can't end, but maybe it's more broad. Maybe we're still in this uptrend overall. Yes, we do have a lower low here, but a lower low with a higher low in the price. It's hidden bullish divergence. The MACD has crossed red. It's looking like it wants to be a false cross. It's looking like, and I know that the 1 hour time frame had its own false cross, but the daily time frame's false cross, man, if we can get this to close green, that would be a very bullish signal. And we're above the 0, that would be a very bullish signal. We'll see. And with that, I mean, this is the one thing that makes me think that we could go above this high. It's not my call right now, but it's possible. I think we'll move up. We'll see a lower high here. I think we'll get a little bit of green. We'll get like a false cross here and then a false cross here, and then we'll actually move down. Time will tell, but the stochastics are a little bit bearish. The RSI has this bullish look to it, but it could shift bearish very fast. And even though the MACD looks like it's about to cross positive, it itself is kind of negative as well if we find resistance here and we move down. We're just one little move down from seeing prices that are below these lows here. And then everybody freaks out, man. And we would probably even below these lows. Everybody's going to freak out. But not us. We're going to buy. And because we know that we're going to go, every dump gets pumped into, every pump gets dumped into. I actually do hear a lot of people saying April's going to be a bad month. I think April will be a good month for Bitcoin and for altcoins. But time will tell. I don't have anything else to say. I'm going to end the video there. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.